Hello everyone, and I am very excited because it looks like this year I'm going to get to explore my cuddle piggy, which admittedly is a sentence that I stand by completely.
You are my
Roadhog,
my only
Roadhog.
You make me happy.
So what hath happened? Well, there's been a bit of a data mine, hi-ho. I know that oftentimes talking about these isn't great. Like, hi-ho, because, like, dwarves and mines, and I just want to be funny one day. So, this data mine has revealed 2 maps that we are likely going to get this year. One of them is Utopia in India, where Symmetra is from, and the other that many more interests I can sentence me is MAUNGANUI. I will probably be butchering some words today, which is in New Zealand. So, yeah, there you go. Some new maps coming. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Is where most videos on this subject would end off, but no, I want to delve a little bit further and actually go over what I think would be a really cool design for this map and game mode to be played upon it, and I'd love your guys' feedback and input because we always have a fantastic time and do a pretty good job when we have a lovely community dev type session. I think it's great. So, MAUNGANUI is in New Zealand, and the thing is, there is a lot of stuff to suggest that Roadhog is originally, at least, from New Zealand. Now, there has been an official Blizzard source saying that his nationality is Australian, but that's a very specific wording to use. So it's very likely that he moved from New Zealand to Australia when he was just a young boy yet to develop his massive, girthy, pleasing form before the Omnics really started being a problem in Australia and caused the whole rebellion, wasteland, apocalypticness that Junkrat and Roadhog were moulded by and turned into the psychopaths that they are, bless them. So in that case, then, he would probably have quite the reason to want to be part of and go back to a New Zealand-based map/thing happening. As of yet, there's nothing really too concrete for a big, lore thing existing in New Zealand within the Overwatch world, but it would be interesting to see this explored, because I think Roadhog and by extension Junkrat are really cool characters that do need more delved into them. So Roadhog does have the skins, which is Mako, and it means shark, and that's New Zealand dialect, specifically Maori. He also has a voice line where he talks about wop-wops, which is a specific idiom from New Zealand. Also, his islander skin, Toa, is very much New Zealandish in linkage because it means brave, bold, or victorious in Maori. So I think it's safe to say that Roadhog was born in New Zealand and became an Australian citizen before Omnic shenanigans went down when he was young. Hell, Roadhog even has a skin called Kiwi, which is obviously the word for people from New Zealand. So yeah, so that's just conjecture on that part, but I think it makes a lot of sense. So the map's location itself, MAUNGANUI, more accurately, Mount Maunganui, which is very much next to the city of Tauranga. I feel so bad for any of you that are actually from New Zealand and are really in pain right now. And supposedly the map is an escort map, which does mean payload. And looking at the actual real-world geography of this location, it is very interesting. By the way, can I just say, New Zealand looks like an absolutely lovely place. I wish it wasn't, like, a ridiculous flight time to get there. Like, it's just awful. Like, God, I hate being on... Anyway, I'm getting distracted. We'll talk about our collective Rage Gaming holiday plans later on. But it looks like a really nice location with very genuinely interesting topography, because we have this lovely slice of city leading up to this mountain with a lovely winding path to reach its summit. And that would translate lovely to a payload map, because we don't really have a payload push that is all about terrain going up or down. We just kinda don't. There's occasional elevation, like going up the ramp on Eichenwald, but, you know, straight up ascending a mountain path with a payload while the enemy team are descending on you from up on high? That's kind of cool, isn't it? But I would like to take this a step further and say that this is actually the perfect place to have a first Tug of War escort map, because a Tug of War payload map where it's both teams trying to get it in two different directions, that could still definitely come into the category of an escort map, because both teams are just competing to escort the payload the hardest. So before we delve into how I think that would be cool to work, the idea initially of if it is a normal payload map, starting in the city, pushing out into the slopes, the bottom of the mountain, and winding up the trail, trying to reach the top, and having the defenders on the cliffs above you, spawning above you, it would be a very cool map. But the thing is, to note with that, if the defenders are spawning above you and therefore always have the high ground, well, we know how that worked out for Anakin, so I feel like it would be really hard to design this in a way that isn't skewed towards one side, like heavily skewed. So what I would love to see is a Tug of War complement and solve this. If you have the central line where the payload starts at the base of the mountain at the edge of the city, and have one team's goal to get it as far up the mountain as possible, and the other team's goal to get it further into the city as possible, then this works elegantly, because while it's in the city, you give the team that spawns there the advantage. Lots of cover, lots of buildings, intricate ways to flank and attack the people pushing the payload. So they obviously manage to push it back out to the halfway point, and then it starts going up the mountain, where, as I said, we give the people there the advantage, the high ground, spawning up on top and being able to rain down destruction as the team desperately pushes its way up the mountain path, trying to survive this onslaught with the help of all the various shield characters. And basically the winner is whichever team has it furthest over that central point when the timer runs out, or if a team does manage to get it completely to one end or the other, that team wins. How awesome would that be? And that would really use the really cool layout of this bit of land a lot better, because I don't think you can just ignore this lovely slice of city and beach that leads up into this really cool mountain. If you incorporate both aspects, you open up some really nice open field mountainous terrain that really we've not seen a lot in Overwatch maps. You know, there's just a lot of buildings all the time everywhere. There just isn't large open natural areas, and this would be a really cool way to do that without making it seem like, why can't I just walk away into the distance? Well, it's a mountain on a freaking island, you know, you go in the water, you die. We give our Overwatch characters typical gamer you can't swimness, and that way we can have a lovely natural area. And obviously imagine this place transformed by it being in the world of Overwatch, give it a little bit more of a futuristic makeover. Maybe we find out that something actually went down into New Zealand and it looks, well, less than pretty, shall we say. Hell, there's even a huge main street in the city that would be perfect for that section's Tug of War going down it. So it's winding up the mountain on the mountain and a huge straight road where you can keep attacking the payload from sides of the buildings and the side streets. I just think it would be really freaking cool and really complement this location in the world. I really do. Outside of that, I think just the idea of a map based on this area of land is fantastic, because as I said, it is very, very pretty looking. I really like it. So yeah, that's my idea for how it would flow, how it would function, and I think it would be really freaking cool. I mean, obviously let me know what you guys think. Any modifications? How would you do it if you had to turn this bit of land into a map? But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Let me know if you'd like this for the Utopia map, by the way. That one was going to take a lot more of an in-depth approach, because it's not as easy as just look at this thing. This thing would be cool map. But yeah, I'm very, very happy that we're hopefully going to get something very Roadhog central, because he needs something after being killed by the brutal hand of the Nerf hammer. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you later. I was torn between next time and later and had a small stroke. and goodbye. So, just a quick message in post here, having started editing this and noticed that the length has ended up as 10 minutes. Just like a wizard is neither early nor late, my videos are exactly as long as they need to be for me to put my point across. The idea of deliberately, saying things in a way that takes longer in order to pad length is hilarious to me. And I found out to my detriment last time this happened that apparently 10-minute videos are bad. So I'm just gonna put this out there. You might not believe a word I'm saying here, but whatever. That's not something I buy into. I find that whole thing absurd.
You've been watching